Control H, or I believe it's under the View menu. You'll have the opportunity to show or uncheck show hidden files, and they'll simply go away. The main reason they're hidden is because they're not something the average user should muck about with.
And they do that in all operating systems.
Right.
By default, they're all, even in Windows or anything else, they by default hide them for your own protection. Because if folks are going through a directory and, selecting all this stuff and they select one of those files that should be hidden and delete it, and then it messes up the system.
I don't know what this is, so I deleted it. Now my computer won't work.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
You mean the /system directory?
Right. At least Wayne didn't do that. So God bless you, Wayne. Well done.
We try.
So, the way to hide them is either that, again, you want to do it from a folder, open a folder, Control H or from the View menu.
Okay, great. Now, my second question is, I need to make a file system on a USB drive because I want to do some backup. My understanding is there's a couple different things to do, but my main thing I thought about doing was just plain going into it and saying, make file system ext4 to dev and then to my own folder and then take it out from there. Do I have to do anything else to the USB drive?
The easiest way to do it is to launch Ubuntu's disk utility.
Okay.
And when you do that, you select your device.
Okay.
You want to obviously you put your disk in, your USB in. You launch disk utility. Select it from the storage devices section.
Okay.
Then unmount it.
Okay.
And that's under volume. So you'll say unmount volume. It'll still be listed in the system, but it's no longer being read by the system, which means now you can make changes to it. Then you click the format button, select the file system you want, click the format button again, and off you go.
I see. Great. Well, thank you guys very, very much for your help.
Absolutely, our pleasure. Have fun.
You too. Take care.
Yep. That's something I do so rarely. I had to dig that one out. I have a bunch of USB drives, but I formatted them.
Yeah, ages ago.
So I just, that took a minute.
All right, the streams are up.
The streams are up, ladies and gentlemen. We have achieved stream.
Multi-stream.
Multi-stream we have achieved.
Multi-pass.
Multi-stream.
Multi-stream.
Yeah, she knows. She knows. Okay, there it is. Look, we have a live stream. I'm not going to add it to my queue. I'm just going to open it up. All right, back to our phones. Our next caller is Don from Pittsford, New York. Hiya, Don. What's up?
Hello. I have a problem that I'm wondering if you can solve, or perhaps some of your other listeners have had the same thing.
Sure.
I'm using a desktop PC running Windows 10, and a notice appeared on the screen a few days ago, Windows Update. Your device will restart to update outside of active hours. Remember to leave it on, open settings adjustment, active hours, whether you want reminders. The two choices are restart now or OK. I chose restart now. And after that, the computer restarted, and I had nothing but the dreaded blue screens. And the first one was this tipped over, sad-looking icon.
Yeah.
Your device ran into a problem and needs to restart. We're just collecting some info, and then we'll restart for you. This goes through a percentage of looking at it, a few diagnosing your computer, and so forth. Many choices on how to fix this problem. I tried most of them over the last few days, and they don't work until I finally got upon one. Have you seen this problem? And my concern is that now the computer is working by finally choosing startup settings disabled driver signature enforcement.
Yep.
And okay, now I'm back on the air. But this same notice now came up, and my fear is if I go ahead and comply with it, this Windows update, if it's legitimate, will I be facing the same problem, and what is going on?
Okay. So here's what's going on. First, you're running Windows.
Microsoft are crappy programmers. No.
Yeah, well,
no.
Yeah, no, it's not
It's
them.
a horribly complex system with millions of lines of code.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well put. So here's the deal. What's happened is you have some device in your system for which Microsoft has not blessed. Every device has a driver that comes from the company. That device driver must be blessed. Signature that gives it a signature. Must be blessed by Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
If it has not been signed by the proper authorities, Windows doesn't want to run. So you get
You'd think it would
notice.
just skip that one and not just stop completely.
That would be logical and easy.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get this thing. Now, if it's some external device that you've connected, the fix is easy. Just disconnect that device, uninstall it, and you're done. If it's some internal device, like a hard drive or
Video card.
video card or whatever, something that either you added or somebody added when they built your system that has not been signed, that's a problem. So the easiest thing to do, you've already disabled that, correct?
Yes, with that startup option. And in order to do that, I previously had to pick a a point in history, and
restore point.
But I was only given one restore point option, and that was the exact moment that I installed this supposed Windows update.
Don, how old is this system?
It's a little over a year, and it was built by my computer was built by a very reputable local computer company.
Okay.
Your best bet is to take it to them and have them look through it. What they'll do is they'll go through all the drivers. You can do this yourself if you want to.
There's a Windows command program called SIG Verify.
Right. You can use that. You can also look through all the drivers and see which ones have been disabled.
By going to a program called SIG Verify, one word.
It's a Windows program. It verifies the signature files on all your drivers and will show you which ones are not signed.
Right.
Then you have to go to the company that made that driver and get a signed driver.
Plus, you could also check the device manager. If you go into the control panel, into device manager, and look at your list of stuff there, see if there are any caution signs that it's having an issue with, say, a particular driver. There's usually, an explanation mark that, this one's, the driver needs updating, or there's a problem with it. Can't find this device. That's where we tell somebody, like, say, on a printer. We've always told folks, all right, uninstall it and then reinstall it, and it refines it.
Right. But in this particular case, particularly if you're still under warranty, run SIG Verify, check the device manager, and then armed with that information, bring it back to the manufacturer and say, look, here's what I'm getting. Let's fix this.
So it's really safest to have, in this case, the builder do the final work on it, right?
I would say so, absolutely. Because
avoid the headaches.
If it comes to the point where they have to replace a part, they're equipped to do that, and you're probably not.
Is it is it simply better to leave it in their hands to begin with, to do the SIG Verify device manager, that determination?
Well, the SIG Verify is just a program you run.
No Y on it. SIG Verif.
Verif, yeah.
Yeah.
SIGVERIF.
Oh, okay. I had Verify. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it does. Signature Verify. It's SIG Verif because,
Veris.
That's 8 characters.
It won't
Can't
hurt
have more
to
than 8
run
characters
it.
in
more
DOS.
than 8 characters.
How?
So, at any rate, you can just run that and write down the information, and that will give them a lead point. It's always nice to show willing and do that.
Depends on how much you like to tinker with the undersides and insides of your computer.
Yeah, if you don't, SIG Verify is about as far as you want to go.
I do the hardware business, but not the software. How prevalent is this problem? Have you guys seen it pretty much?
We have to put you on hold. Please hold. We'll be back. We've got to take a break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with Dave Enright, Steve Ray, Don from Pittsford, me, Nick Francesco, and you. It's 33 minutes after the hour. It's Soundbites. It's member-supported Jazz 90.1.
It's America's longest-running computer show. Back to more Soundbites with Nick, Dave, and Steve. Next on member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Which is more powerful, nature or nurture? This is Sandra Singlo with the Lowdown on Science saying, what about mind control? Some aspects of our physiology and personality are encoded by our genes, and we know that environmental factors are also important. Bradley Turnwald and colleagues at Stanford University wondered if our minds could also play a part. They tested their theory by scanning study participants for a specific gene that influences their capacity for exercise. One gene variant makes the person tire easily. Another form correlates to high endurance. The subjects also ran on a treadmill before and after the genetic test. But instead of revealing their actual test results, researchers randomly assigned presence of the different genes to the participants. Results? Those told they had the tire easily gene did worse on the second treadmill test, even if they actually carried the high endurance gene. And those believing they had the high endurance gene improved despite having the other gene. So it's not just plain nature or nurture, but also our own belief which affects our bodies. Here's to thinking I'm the next Serena Williams.
The Lowdown on Science is produced by LDOS Media Lab in partnership with the University of California Irvine Science Communication and 89.3 KPCC, and made possible with the generous support of the Fuse Family Foundation.
Jazz 90.1 is supported in part by our members and by the Western New York chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. To learn more about AFSP's events and programs, or how you can volunteer, you may look online at afsp.org or call 585-202-2783. That's 585-202-2783.
It's not a big deal.
Snap out.
Just get over it.
We've all heard it. But if you're experiencing extreme stress, it's not just in your head. It can affect your entire body because toxic stress can hurt us physically without us even knowing it. If you've lost a job, worry about your next meal, or have trouble making it through the day, if you're feeling the effects of stress, we can help. Text STRESS to 211-211 to find a solution.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Jazz 90.1 is supported in part by our members and by the Western New York chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. To learn more about AFSP's events and programs, or how you can volunteer, you may look online at afsp.org or call 585-202-2783. That's 585-202-2783.
Here's the latest Jazz 90.1 weather forecast. cloudy, cool, and clammy today into tonight with waves of showers and thunderstorms producing drenching rain and flooding in localized areas. The high today, 72. There'll be areas of fog into tonight, low 63. Tomorrow, morning cloud cover, fog, and a shower giving way to some sunshine. It's a warmer day, high 78. This is meteorologist Kevin Williams on Jazz 90.1.
And currently, right now, it's light rain out there, 66 degrees out at the airport, and 67 here at member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Hello, this is Paul Conley. Join me early on Monday mornings from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. on member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Nick Francesco.
I'm Dave Enright.
And I'm Steve Ray.
And at 38 minutes after the hour, we've still got Don from Pittsford on the line. Don, you were saying how prevalent is this sort of thing?
Yes, and thank you very much for staying with me. How often do you see this, if at all?
Every month.
All the time.
Every second Tuesday of the month, Microsoft releases their patch Tuesday. And by Tuesday afternoon, we're hearing about problems of people's machines not rebooting or crashing. It makes people afraid to upgrade.
Right.
Or to do the updates. And in fact, you may have noticed on that dialog box you got, the choices were OK, install later, or OK, install now. There wasn't a don't install option.
Right.
I've simply X'd it. Well, the first time I X'd it out, and then the second time it appeared, as I say a few days ago, I did go ahead and